Hi, I'm attorney Steve Reilly, and today we're going to talk about 7 reasons why people fight over estates and what you can do about it. First is usually I find that the fights begin the most when the patriarch and matriarch of a family finally both pass away. Until that time, there's at least one parent to tell their children to behave or to try to keep things together. And usually after those two have passed away, then the children start fighting with each other for whatever reason concerning who loved who better or what the perception was and so on. Another reason is because the heirs are surprised, or one of them is surprised. In other words, the one heir thinks, oh, I thought I should have got a lot more. Or why did he or she get that and I should have got this? So when the heirs are surprised, when an heir is surprised about what he or she is getting, or what is left in an estate, or how much money was there, when they're surprised, that's when they start to ask questions, as far as that the questions turn into suspicions and so on. Another reason is the heirs really don't have a good relationship with each other. When they haven't spoken to each other in years, or they haven't really gotten together a lot, and they don't really understand what's going on with mom or dad, and they start to get suspicious, after they've both passed, and then there's no contact between them as much, so the communication gets poor with regard to the estate, and then they start to get suspicious about what the one who was appointed as the executor is doing, and so on. Another reason why I see that fights happen is really because of greed. Greed, the unfortunate scenario where people just want more money or more assets. They just get greedy as to what they believe they're entitled to. And greed usually comes in to play when the greed is something that is actually really something a person can legally do. Another reason, the estate documents themselves are either vague or they're just not clear enough. There's ambiguities in the documents, so that's the case. Then there'll always be some arguments over the ambiguity in the documents, over what they should mean or don't mean, and what one person's entitled to versus the other. Another reason is if people don't follow the rules, so to speak. I had a case once years ago where a person right after or during the repast dinner decides to go to the house, the family home, and rifle through all the jewelry, claiming later that they were proactively preempting someone else from taking them, and they were afraid that their other sibling would take them, so to speak. So they decided to take all the jewelry in the house. And that's another no-no, because then there's always a suspicion that, well, what jewelry did they take? They claim they're safeguarding X number of pieces of jewelry, when in reality, the people think there's more. As I talked about a little bit before about this, is that there's not enough communication between the heirs. When you have an estate that's happening, it goes a long way for an executor to keep everybody involved. When you're sending out all your emails, have them sent to everybody. Don't have side conversations with various heirs. Make sure that everybody's included in an email, for example, if you're doing it that way. Everybody's involved in the communication. A good way to avoid all these problems also is that within a short time after the person has passed, that there be like a family meeting where everybody's involved, whether it entail the attorney who's got the will or the revocable trust, to sit down and hash all of the issues out. That's very, very important, because this way you can get they can get their questions answered, their concerns could be raised, and that the issue is that now would be the time for the heirs to make their concerns known or have their questions answered, so that they don't walk away with suspicion and so on. So if you like this video and you want to learn more from these types of videos, just please give me a thumbs up if you want. And also you can press the subscribe button afterwards so that you can be notified whenever I make another video. So thanks for watching. I know this was a little bit of a long video, but it's a very serious subject, and I was just trying to get my expertise out to you as best I can. Thank you.